everyone, Yeri from Metacon here. I hope all of you had an amazing day. We had a very nice day at Metacon here. We met a lot of projects, partnered with a lot of projects, met a lot of people. I even met three TRAF holders here. It was very nice, to be honest. So I'm making this video to talk about TRAF and what's coming next for TRAF. So what we've all been seeing in TRAF, especially the holders among us, is a bit of uncertainty and doubt in TRAF. And we all know why that happened. So it was mainly what happened in episode 3. So there was a bit of bad strategic planning in episode 3 that resulted in episode 3 not being very profitable for the project. Now, the reason of all this fear and uncertainty going around in the community is not because episode 3 failed. It's because what everyone expected would happen after the episode 3 failed. Because what I see happening around in the NFT projects, in the NFT space in general, in any project, almost any project, whenever one thing goes wrong in the project, the founders grab whatever money they have made and they run away with it. They get too scared to even try and fix the project. They get scared. They made this little money. They get scared of losing it trying to fix their projects, and they run away. That's the standard quote I see in NFT projects. One thing goes wrong, the founders grab whatever little money they made and run away. But that's not what happens in the Red Ape family. One bad mint does not define our entire project, does not define our entire community. One bad mint is a lesson. We learn from that, we build better, and we keep pushing forward. So I just want to say that real quick. One bad mint does not define us. Okay, so the changes that has gone around in TRAF are as following. After the TRAF episode 3 meant, I proposed a plan that I'm about to talk with you guys. I proposed that plan for the Blessed Son. Now, he liked it so much, he made me its tokenomics manager. And that's why I've been more active on the Discord server. Previously, I was just the lead developer. Now I'm also the tokenomics manager. So I wanted to sense how the Discord server is. I wanted to see how users would react, even if I had to uh, pinch him in a place or two. I'm very sorry for that, guys. I just wanted to see how the general environment. I want to see what you guys were really feeling, and I've got my image. Thank you a lot, and sorry for him when I pinched. It was for study purposes only. So here's how the tokenomics are gonna be going from now on. So I've already announced the TRAF DeFi program, and now I'm also gonna announce the TRAF minting plan. So the TRAF DeFi program it constitutes of programs that allow TRAF holders from benefiting of the perks of being a TRAF holder. So the first program in there is a TRAF staking. TRAF staking is users' way to claim the earnings they have made from streaming revenue and royalties. So 100% of streaming revenue will be allocated to the NFT holders, and 50% of the royalties will be allocated to the Red Ape Family Vault. Okay, 50% to the users, and the other 50% will be to the Red Ape Family Vault. Now, the TRAF staking program is kind of a contribution reward program. So the more the users contribute, the more rewards they get. And how do they contribute? By locking their NFTs. Now, why is that a contribution? Because when you lock your NFT, you're actually removing it from the liquidity market. So removing it off the sell pressure, which allows Red Ape Family NFTs to rally rapidly in price once you remove all that sell pressure that there is. The second program. Oh, and before I move on, I just want to mention that the rewards in the TRAF staking are going to be funded from the as we said, from the streaming revenue and from the royalties. Now, what we are planning is to fill this vault for enough funds for up to 2 years of staking. Okay, so when we fill it, users can stake happily for 2 years without worrying about anything. So even after 2 years, there would still be liquidity. Now, after we fill it for 2 years, any excess in income would be then redistributed to the or airdropped to the stakers. So currently the plan is to airdrop it equally to all the stakers, since their NFTs right now, episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3, hold equal values. Of course, the upcoming episodes, since they will have a different supply, and they would also have a different allocation. But it would in respect to their price, it will be equal to what episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3 will be getting. So once we fill that, the airdrops start, and every time someone claims, for example, from the vault, we will be refilling it. So technically, we're always refilling it, so it will last forever. But the plan is, if we somehow, for any reason, fail to refill it, it will stand for 2 years without the need to refill it. And within those 2 years, everyone can see if it's refilling or not, and we can come up with more plans. So that is the TRAF staking program. Now, the TRAF liquidity program is also focused on removing the sell pressure of the market, and it does that by giving users liquidity. Now, why do we do that? Because why would someone sell their trap NFT? One, they want to withdraw from the project, take their profits and leave. Two, they need that liquidity, so they need to invest in another project. They need it in real life for an emergency or just to live or for any reason they want. They sometimes need that liquidity. So instead of having to sell their NFTs, we offer trap holders the opportunity to lock their NFT and receive liquidity in its place. So the locking your NFT allows you to borrow as much liquidity as you want. You can borrow a little liquidity, you can borrow a lot depending on how much you need and depending on what the limit would be at that certain time. So if, for example, the NFT's price on OpenSea is approximately 1 ETH, you will be able to borrow up to zero point 0.5 ETH. Okay, we always have to keep a small difference to protect the trap vault from market volatility. Okay, so users can just lock their NFTs, borrow as much liquidity as they want, and then repay it back when they can. Now, there will be a specific time on repayment. If users do not repay back the amount they have borrowed in less than 1 year, in more than 1 year, so they have to pay it back in 1 year or less. Okay, if they fail to pay it back during that 1 year period, it's going to be taken into the trap vault because the trap vault will assume that they cannot repay anymore. Something went wrong with those funds. They spent in them and couldn't get them back for any reason. Their NFT will be taken by the trap vault to refuel itself. So in the future, it can land other users. How does it refuel itself? Well, if the trap vault is in dire need of liquidity, it would into the trap vault would sell that NFT and refuel itself for the liquidity program. However, if it's not, it will go into the staking, which will then be used in the TRAF liquidity program. And that covers basically the liquidity program. The third point is the TRAF minting program. So as we discussed on our Discord server, the rewards on TRAF staking are going to be given in OCA. Okay, so OCA is the Orkania coin. We're using it to start with initial liquidity, have a lot of liquidity, and to have a long-term incentive for our investors. So the users want to stake their NFTs for 2 years. In 2 years, the price of Ethereum might go 100 times, 200 times. I think the price would go approximately 100 times. So at the end of those 2 years, the users would receive like $6,000. However, staking for 2 years is not really worth $6,000. So the long-term continuity we give them is an OCA. So OCA has a big ecosystem. It has a bright future. It has a lot of projects around it, and currently it's still at a starting price of only 10 cents. So the expected price by the current calculations, the expected price for OCA in 2 years is a minimum of $1 and a maximum of $10. So users or TRAF users who stake their NFTs for 2 years, the current reward is 60,000 OCA, which would translate at the current price of OCA to $6,000. However, if everything OCA keeps on moving as it is, and the Orkania projects and the ecosystem keep moving as it is, the expected price in 2 years is $1. So the actual rewards users staking TRAF for 2 years would be about $60,000. Now it might be a bit less, it might be a bit more. It's all subject to the ecosystem and the market, but for sure, we are giving our users a very long-term, sustainable um, investment. And the reason we trust Orkania as well, it's because of me. I'm here. Okay, I'm the lead developer of Orkania, and Reddit family and Orkania have been like one since day one. We have been working together since day one. All of us founders, team members, co-workers in this project, we're all like brothers in here. We know each other. We have gone over everything regarding Orkania, economics, and everything almost with each other, and decided it would be a perfect fit for everyone. Now, users can at any time get the Orkanian rewards and sell them for ETH if they want. No one is limited by anything. Everyone is free to do whatever they want. And that basically sums up the TRAF. Oh, wait, I forgot the third point. And the third point is the TRAF minting program. So when users get their OCA rewards, if they want to sell it for ETH, either that be on Uniswap or on the Orkania DEX if it launches at the time of the user selling, they would have to pay one, gas fees on Ethereum, two, DEX fees. So they would have to pay fees for DEX. And in both scenarios, the user is going to be losing a minimum of 0.1% of their OCA. And we don't want that. Like, if we can avoid it, we will avoid it. Okay, we will avoid the users losing 0.1% if they want to reinvest into the project. So in the TRAF minting program, users will be able to mint using OCA. So no need to sell their OCA, no need to pay neither DEX fees nor gas fees. You can just use that OCA to buy or reinvest into the TRAF community and the TRAF project. And that's basically the TRAF minting program. And that sums up the TRAF DeFi program. Now, let's get into the part that none of us have discussed, that I know everyone has been eager to hear about, that I pinched a little bit to see how people are feeling about it. And this is the episode's minting plan, how the minting of the future episodes will be done. So as you also, the TRAF DeFi program is meant to benefit both the TRAF holders and the TRAF project as a whole. By removing all that sell pressure off, it allows the price of TRAF to rally rapidly. And once that price rallies, it shows a healthy environment of episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3. It shows a healthy project through all those episodes. It shows a decent price because I personally expect the price to be at a minimum of 1.5 ETH. If it's not at that minimum, then someone is doing something illogical with their NFTs. They're like wasting money by not staking or either getting liquidity. So I don't know, someone would be doing something illogical. So I expect the minimum to be 1.5 ETH. And once we have that healthy background set, okay, I'm thinking of releasing episode 4. Now, the release of episode 4 might be correlated with the release of episode 3. So episode 4 mint might open when we release episode 3 animation because we are expected to release episode 3 in August. So I'm thinking of waiting to release episode 3, then start with the execution of the draft minting plan, which goes as following. We open the mint of episode 4 with no special sales. If we are to think of any special sales, it would be a maximum a discount of only 10%, because the royalties we would set on OpenSea during that time would be 10%. So if any user want to sell with profit, they would be forced to set the price higher than the floor. Otherwise, they'd be hurting themselves. Like there would be no profit to them. They just be trying to attack us. So we will use the high royalties and their own funds to just buy off their NFT, and they would have only hurt themselves. There's no way they can hurt us with that. So with that said, this allows us to open the episode format in a healthy manner. Everyone would see a success in episode 1, a success in episode 2, and a success in episode 3, which would give them a comfort for now and for the future to invest in the Red Ape family and invest in episode 4. And also, once we release the episode 3, is going to show how hard we've been working, because as I said, there's some amazing stuff going on in episode 3. There's some insane stuff getting put into episode 3. So once we release episode 3, it will also show that we're not gone. It will show how hard we are still working harder than ever. We never stopped. So it will show and rebuild that trust in the project. So at that time, when we have all that healthy environment, I'm thinking of launching the episode 4 mint. Now, as I said, royalties will be set to 10%. Once the mint is over, royalties will be set to 7.5% to allow for more flexible trading. And once the mint sells out or is over, as I described before, once the mint sells out, the TRAF staking and TRAF liquidity program will become available for the episode 4 holders. So by enabling the perks of the TRAF DeFi program to episode 4 holders, it allows the episode 4 price to rally, creates a healthy environment for episode 4, and allows us to launch episode 5 minting. Same thing goes to episode 5 minting. Set royalties to 10% during mint. Once the mint sells out, set royalties to 7.5%. Open the TRAF staking and the TRAF liquidity program for episode 5. Create a healthy environment for episode 5 and rallying price. Then open episode 6. So it will go on like that from there on. And I am thinking of launching all the episodes after each other as long as there is a healthy environment to launch. And that basically sums up the roadmap of TRAF. I wanted to say it in a video because I could express better my ideas, I could express better my emotions in the video, and I'm bad at writing articles, like very bad. Like I can write an entire program in 10 minutes, but it would take me 10 days to write the article for that program. Believe me, I'm not lying. So that's basically it. Now I gotta get going. We are starting to close over here, and I am still in here. So I hope all of you have a great evening, and I hope to see more of you tomorrow. We are gonna be at Metacon as well tomorrow from 10 a.m. to approximately 10 p.m. Obviously, we're gonna leave a little bit before 10 p.m. because that's the closing time. So, but I expect to see more of you. I was very happy to see Red Ape family holders here. I was happy to see everyone. Honestly, everyone was very amazing over here. The other projects, the other people, it was all very nice, and I hope to see more of you guys tomorrow with us at the Red Ape family booth and with us at the Metacon in general. So I'm gonna let you go now, guys. Have an amazing day or evening, and peace out.